So let's go ahead and refactor this guy really quick so that you all can see the changes. Let's return back to our previous tab group. I really like this big view here. Go to Solution Explorer. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste it. Here's our copy. Make sure you go to it, double click it. Let's rename it. Instead of 2 now, we're going to make it 3. Copy that, Shift Home, Control C, Enter. Boom. Now it's test number 3. So these things that keep repeating, the send keys and the click buttons, wouldn't it make sense if we just had a login method, right? That whatever the actions were, if the login method was called, it would perform those actions. So let's go ahead and code that up right now. And now we're just going to take these actions and put them in here. So now we're going to send keys, username, and the password here, and then click the submit button. So up here, all we have to do is make our call, pass in the username, pass in the password, and now fill these details in with our variables that we're going to pass into our functions. You guys better know how to do this because you should have watched that C# tutorial taught by Dr. Tiffany. So now check it out, guys. What happened here is we replaced all of these lines of code with just one line of code called the login method. And so now if our value here changes, or value here changes, or this value changes, we only have to go to one place to update the login method. And remember the scenario I said where if, for example, you need to add a wait here and your logins are happening too fast, well, you can come to the login method and you can add a wait in here that's going to affect every single place where your function is called. So in our case, that would be 4 tests, right? Because remember, each of our 4 tests does a login. But if it was in the real world, that would be thousands of tests for you guys at some point. And so one place that fixes thousands of errors, that's pretty amazing. That's what we call best automation testing practices. Now let's take a look at these 3 tests and how they have evolved. Look at test number 2 and test number 3. Look at the difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 lines of code, now down to 4 lines of code. Isn't it so much cleaner? So much easier to maintain? Look how beautiful that is. I gotta say, pretty proud of myself. I'm pretty proud of you guys. I would encourage you now all to take the time and to understand the code and to see what we did from step to step to step and why the code has arrived at this point in time and why this is so much better than what we did before.